Peace, peace, and welcome to 2021. Of course, today is the first, making today's math one, or knowledge. The total math for today will be 7, because 1 for January and 1 for the day is 2. Plus 2 is 4, plus 0 is still 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So just based on today's math, we are reminded of knowledge, but also of our highest self. To do the knowledge of your highest self, in order to raise your vibration, we must, like, certain things make you vibrate high and certain things make you vibrate low. In order to raise your overall vibration, not only do you raise the heights, but you also raise the lows as well. Like, to do the shadow work and to learn your darkest self, to face your inner demons, in an attempt to shed light on them and rid yourself of that darkness, or to elevate that aspect of yourself from darkness into light. As far as this year, this 2021, the 20th letter of the alphabet is T, and which stands for truth or square, and the 21st letter of the alphabet is U, which stands for you, or you and I verse, or universe. So what that is telling us just for this year, also 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 1, the year itself boils down to 5, which is also power, which is the force behind truth, and refinement, which is the process of fine-tuning yourself to be in tune with truth. So the truth, or the square is the measuring stick to which we face the value of reality, which is how you get power and refinement, or truth and the process of bettering oneself. But in dealing with truth, when it comes to universe, or you and I verse, and not verses as in competing, but verse as in traverse, like to travel, or converse, like to speak, to talk, and that the verses that you and I share with one another, there will be truth in it. The whole purpose of it will be to share truth with one another, because, again, you and I verse, as in you and I, because there is no you without I, no I without you. And again, it's all showing and proving, or adding up to 5, which is truth. But 5 is also, the 5th letter is E for equality. And of course, the 6th number is equality in the supreme mathematics. In the alphabet, equality is 5, and in the mathematics, it is 6. But when equality is 5, freedom is 6. And when equality is 6, power or truth is 5. So equality is the fluctuation between truth and freedom. Meaning, in order to find balance, or equality, or homeostasis, one must also find balance in truth and freedom. Meaning, The power that we get from the truth must be aimed at freedom, or the freedom to think for oneself. And also freedom is looked at as freedom, as in D-U-M-B, meaning to, as if someone is dumb, deaf, and blind to the knowledge of self. Dumb is the lack of knowledge. Someone who, again, is lacking knowledge of self would be someone who is quote unquote dumb, which is a very evil word. But to free the mind of dumbness or numbness, in order that you can feel yourself again and know yourself and wisdom yourself and understand yourself and make yourself a way of life. And in that way of life, you will find that you will be living in accordance with truth, which is where your power will come from. And this power must be manifested in a way that is equal in order to maintain the balance or the homeostasis of self, as far as the big self, the you and I verse, which is how you shall improve your God self, your higher self, and take accountability for the things that you build and destroy and make manifest. But as far as just today, being knowledge is consciousness, it is awareness, it is the foundation to all things. It is the principles on which all things stand. And when we're thinking about knowledge, we're talking about knowledge, we're talking about the mind. And when we're talking about the mind, one of the things that come up is, of course, mind control, which has been connotated to be something other than what it really is, which is the truth is dealing with truth and using it to measure reality, is to deal with things for what they are, again, and not what they appear to be, or what you want them to be, or what you like them to be, or what you hope them to be. Dealing with reality. And the reality is, the mind must be controlled. The question is, who is doing the controlling? Even if you think, or you believe, or you know that you are in control of your mind, what tools are you using to control it? Are you using society standards? Are you using cultural beliefs or traditions? Or, what is your knowledge? What is your foundation of, what is your reference point to how and why you do what you do? What is it all standing on? This is the knowledge. And if you don't control your mind, it will be controlled. And it will be passively controlled by belief and tradition and all of these systems and schools of thought that, of course, have some truth in them, which is why it's easy to relate to them. But they're always lacking in a way that detaches one from the highest self. In that the conduit between the smaller self and the highest self is external. Meaning you have to be baptized or do your bar mitzvah or whatever initiation in order to have grace. This grace is already within you. Again, Psalms 82:6. It's funny because it starts off by saying, I have said, I already said this, but you all are gods and children of the Most High. And that's what we are. We all are fragmented miniature pieces of the great consciousness. And today we are reminded to be active in our knowledge, be active in our consciousness, be active in our awareness, which is not necessarily going to the second degree of wisdom, which would be applying the knowledge, but knowledging the knowledge, becoming aware of awareness. Just as the man is supposedly the foundation of the family, the sun is the foundation of the universe, knowledge is the foundation of all things in existence. And to be able to see something for what it is and how it exists is to do the knowledge of that thing. Again, take nothing at face value, always face the value. Even what I tell you, do your own research, put two and two together for yourself. That is the only way to build your own or culture or way of life, which is where you will gain the most power from the truth, which is really what we started with. The knowledge is the knowledge of truth, the true self. But peace. I will that anybody who has been following me or tuning in or tapping into the videos thus far, I will excuse me. I will, excuse me, that anyone who has been following and watching the videos and the math so far, that it has been informational and not in the sense of data, but in the sense of it allows you to put things into formation for yourself. Because N is, of course, that's self-explanatory. And then form is the molding, the taking shape. And then action is the action. So to be able to see the form that is within, the truth, the foundation, the knowledge, the principles on which it stands, regardless of the outside layers that appear to be a certain way. We must do the knowledge. And while I'm on the topic, the class, of course, will be today at 5 p.m. No one has RSVP'd. If still no one has RSVP'd, I probably will do the class in a way that will be, for now, just teaching my kids for as long as I can have their attention span, which I doubt will be very long. But I do believe that in going live, the problem will be able to balance teaching and, or as far as the challenge, not problem, the challenge will be balancing the sharing of the information as well as the responding to the feedback, being able to multitask. But like I said, if no one shows up, that won't be a challenge at all, and the multitasking will be both hand to hand with my children, my seeds. But peace, knowledge of self, to all who choose to build. Y'all have a good one.